What does saying no have to do with living a healthy way? Well, it's kind of twofold because there's the practical, like, oh, I'm not going to eat this, or, I'm going to go to bed at a certain time. And those are sort of discipline no's. But there's also an inner discipline of being honest with yourself and saying yes and no to the things that you really do feel are right, and the things saying no to the things that you really feel aren't right for you. And also then having to deal with the consequences of that, the blowback of setting a boundary and all the emotional things that can happen from saying no. So there's lots of things to unpack when we're looking at this sort of boundary setting part of lifestyle medicine. And on a physiological level, there's this term most of you have heard by now called leaky gut, right? It's actually primarily the small intestine lining in your body when you take in foods. If your weave, so to speak, or we'll call it the field, if the field of that mucous membrane has a lot of holes in it, you start absorbing molecules that are too large. And then your body starts to attack those, thinking that it's foreign matter and let's get it. And that is the heart of autoimmune dysregulation and allergies and a lot of other things that come of the immune system just doing its job. But when you go down to the root problem, it's because there were too many holes in your field. So doesn't that sound kind of metaphorical? Like, what are the holes in your field? What are the things that you're sort of tolerating that you'd rather not? Is there somebody you need to set a boundary with in your life that would be really good for you, but maybe uncomfortable to do it? And I urge you to just give it a try. People often, we think it's going to be worse than it is. And then you actually set the boundary and it's like, well, yeah, it gets easier every time. I think it was Jerry Seinfeld in his show, Comedians Having in Cars Having Coffee, I think it was. And it was cute because he said one of the things that really helped him with his success in life, but also his contentment with his career, was that he said no to the majority of offers that he was given in his career. He said yes to the very specific things that felt right. And so learning how to navigate what feels right is also part of a lifestyle medicine practice, taking the time for introspection. So where in your life do you feel you need to set some boundaries? Where do you feel that you need to be a little more honest with yourself and then be able to be honest with others? And where in your life could you bring in lifestyle practices that help you mend the lining of your small intestine, which has to do with some food avoidance, having healthy quality proteins and different amino acids that help you grow that, and also nurturing that intestinal lining. And that does take some one-on-one work to kind of differentiate what you can take with medicines and things like that. And I'm happy to help you with that. But ultimately, and let me leave you with some information from the new Health Manifesto. I have it here on my desktop. I said, boundaries are physical and they are energetic. If yours are porous or non-existent, how can you house a container for your strength? That's pretty big stuff. So let me know what you think about this. Do you find that saying no is difficult? Because, I treated people with autoimmune conditions for many, many years. And one of the first things I'd ask is, do you have trouble saying no to like overcommitting or, wanting to kind of people please? And I'd say 9 out of 10 times people with these autoimmune conditions, especially fibromyalgia, would say, oh, heck no, I'm terrible with boundaries. And I would watch it play out in their lives. And then when they started getting healthy, they started saying no more. And then no started to become the thing that would differentiate between what belongs to them and what doesn't. And that is a container for the strength of your emotions, your ability to respond to life, and your immune system. So thanks for watching. I'm Julia Thie. If you haven't downloaded the new Health Manifesto in its completion, there's 10 parts to it. I invite you to do that. Thanks so much.